the world looking for understanding of the times that we live in. Hunting and gathering first-hand information, challenging definitions of sin. I travel the world looking for lovers of the ultimate beauty, but never Celine. I am a wanderlust king.
Welcome back, boys and girls, to the ending of Remy's story. Let's get on with it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get hit in the feels with this one. Grief. Yeah, thanks. That's exactly what I wanted to see.
Well, that's also what he's suffering with.
True. That's very true. Night full of turbulent dreams, blah, blah, blah. Today's the big day. We're gonna go with Remy. Want to save just in case anything goes fucking horribly wrong here. That must be him. Are you ready to see the fireworks? My body is ready.
And that joke.
Alright, let's go. Fuck the fireworks, I'm taking you to the bedroom.
Well, we know Bryce already did.
After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town. Looks deserted to me. I thought everyone was watching the fireworks. They are, but they're doing it somewhere else. I don't really like crowds, and I think you would appreciate me leading you here if you knew what they were like. Better safe than sorry, at any rate. That's what I'm thinking. This reminds me a bit of the night I arrived here. Everything was dark and empty, and it was just us walking through the landscape. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I think it's starting. Now watch. We were quiet as we waited, and then the stillness of night enveloped us. Soon, I heard the sound of the first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded in a pattern of colors. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. There's a cat on my lap that needs to go away. Suddenly, a terrible realization hit me. Reza was getting ready to do his shit. Remy, I think we need to go. What is wrong, Furea? I know where Reza is. We need to stop him. Shouldn't we call the police or something? We don't have the time. I'm not sure if I could fight him. You're right. If you're there, he probably won't hesitate to shoot. Maybe you can hold him off and I'll try to get some help. Alright, let's do that. Go. I started running as Remy's voice called out to me. Where is he? Where should I go? The portal! He'll be there! And Sebastian made it out alive. Bam!
Yay!
Maybe I can! Suddenly, Maverick and Remy appeared next to me.
Hi. You planned this, didn't you?
You planned this, didn't you, Furea? Traitor! And to think I let you distract me with such cheap trick! Just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity within you. He pulled out his gun. Being the liable pussy he is, that's really all he could do at this point. Not sure which of us he should be aiming at. Just let me go and I'll forget this ever happened. You got 6 bullets for 3 people. Think you can really do that, Reza? Do you think it's really worth risking your life for? I've been risking my life every day the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Sip champagne in your apartment?
Nope.
No! I sipped the second cheapest wine in my apartment.
With this dragon.
Besides, the generator and the whole building came from our time. They belong to humanity. Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza. No, they belong to me. Confused, Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer, who slowly walked towards him.
What? You know how this song and dance goes.
Who the fuck are you? Freeze! I said freeze! Want to
Wait,
waste
you just
your bullets
love
on me?
saying that?
Feel free. You can't stop all of us. If you say so!
Given where that model is and where it ends up showing where she's shot in the picture, that looks like he should have shot her in the neck.
I know, right?
Yeah.
He
But
pulled the trigger,
instead
the
it's into the
administrator
belly.
fell on the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off.
No,
Hi,
it's in
for
her-
like the 8th time. Mortified by the display before me, I found myself unable to move as the events of the following seconds unfolded before my eyes. Reza was quick with his gun and shot Remy once before Maverick could charge him. Maverick pounced, snarling, and knocked Reza to the ground before embedding his teeth into the body before him. Despite his thrashing and screaming, Reza managed to find his target and pulled the trigger twice. Immediately, jaws dislodged. Reza pulled himself a few feet away while Maverick's body convulsed uncontrollably. Holding his bleeding wound and breathing heavily, Reza looked at me. You're not gonna help me, are you? Then it's futile. He raised his gun, aiming at me while I regained my composure and tried to run. A single gunshot resounded through the hallway. As soon as I heard it, a sharp pain shot through my back, and I fell to the ground immediately. He continued pulling the trigger, but no more bullets came. After a few seconds of silence, I slowly turned around.
What the fuck? He's just randomly dead?
Reza was leaning against the wall, his head slumped forward lifelessly.
He was bitten on the side pretty hard.
Maverick's
That's 3
dead.
dead.
Again.
Maverick and the administrator, both lying in a pool of their own blood, were not moving. I crawled over to Remy and was glad to hear him breathing. He had been hit in the side, and I saw blood trickling from the wound onto the ground below him. He raised his head, looking at me with an expression of pain. You're wounded. So are you. We need to stop the bleeding. I put some pressure on his wound, momentarily halting the blood that was trickling down his body. Can you do this? Let me try. He felt around his side, trying to get the right grip before he applied pressure on his own. I let go after a bit of adjustment. Remy could stop the bleeding on his own for now. I took off my shirt, briefly considered whether I would be able to use it to dress Remy's room, but I soon realized it was not long enough to wrap around him properly. Besides, if he couldn't walk for now, it would not make a difference anyway, and he would have to stay where while he held his wound shut. Instead, I used my shirt to curb my own bleeding, folding it, wrapping around my abdomen tightly. Look, Reza is gone, and that other person. Remy was right. Both Reza and the administrator were gone. You have to go and stop Reza. I need to find you some help first. I can't just leave you like this. Don't you dare tell me you would be doing me any favors by saving me if it's just going to be one of us. I don't want it to be me. You don't know how it is to live every day as I have, always wondering if the pain will ever stop or if things will ever change again. And when they finally do, you come along and tell me this? Don't do that to me. I'm not going through this again. What do you want me to do? This is bigger than us. Bigger than me. Just go. Go and stop Reza. Alright. I hobbled to my feet and made my way back outside. In the distance near the portal, I saw Reza and something that was standing between them. As I drew near, I recognized it as Vara, who was growling at him. Reza aimed a kick at her, only to lose his balance and fall when she bit and held onto his shin.
Ankle biter.
After he fought her off with a few kicks, his hand dove in his pocket, grabbed a few bullets, which he proceeded to load into his revolver. I went as fast as I could, but with my injuries, I had no chance to stop him as he aimed at Vara. Slowly, he got up again and walked over to the portal's controls when the administrator suddenly appeared behind him. Immediately, she was on him, throwing him to the ground before starting to pound his head with her fist. Together, they rolled down the slope of the small hill on which the portal stood.
That
When it came to
animation,
a
though,
halt,
just
the
looked
fight
like...
resumed. There was a flurry of fists, and suddenly I heard the distinct sound of a gunshot, after which the administrator slumped and fell. Eventually, I arrived, only to be able to confirm that both of them were dead. I went up to the portal and examined Vara for any signs of life. Found none. When I looked up again, I saw Remy looking at me with a pained expression. I stepped away, giving him some space as he stepped up to the small corpse. Were you looking for me? Did you sneak out again? Poor girl. He enveloped her as his tears started raining down on the small body. Soon, more help arrived. Remy and I got all the medical attention we needed. Besides those who we already knew to be dead, it was also too late for Maverick. I warned them about the comet, telling them to check the PDAs I'd given them for verification of my claims. A few minutes later, EMTs arrived and I was put into artificial coma due to my injuries. In the weeks I was out, a variety of things happened. After everything that had taken place, negotiations were fierce between humanity and the dragons. Out of respect of Rez's body was returned to humanity through the portal. While his actions had shattered all goodwill on the dragon side, Rez's wound did their job to do the same for humanity. I too was to be returned to humanity, but my condition didn't allow it. Humanity took the dragon's refusal to transfer me as a sign that they were keeping me as hostage. I wasn't a priority for humanity, though, a fact I was aware of well before I even arrived in this world. As far as they were concerned, Reza and I had our chance, and the results weren't pretty. Ultimately, the dragons decided to return the PDAs before all contact was cut. Luckily, my claims were taken seriously, and there was already a plan in place to divert the comet. While they would use the lab's generators to do it, humanity decided to use their portal's power source to support their slowly failing city for a while longer as they looked for more long-term solutions. After I awoke from my coma, I had to consider my options. While the dragons were able to create a new power source for the portal, I wanted to have known how to send myself back to humanity as their portal was already deactivated. At least not without the expertise of the dead administrator. The only coordinates remaining in the portal were those she left as the last resort. It turned out they were to send someone back in time to the day I arrived here. As soon as I could, I met with Remy, who told me about everything I had missed. So the comet has been diverted, and you've replaced the power source for the portal. I guess I must have been gone for a long time. A few weeks, yes. What will you do now? I could use the portal to return to the day of my arrival. After all, I came here to save our dying city, which is something I failed to do. But you saved us. That is true, but I can't help but thinking there could have been a diplomatic solution if I hadn't been in a coma during the negotiations. Whatever you want to do now, you can be sure that you'll have the Council's support. You could just stay here if you wanted to. I bet you wouldn't mind that, would you? You know how I am. Humans just fascinate me. This isn't about me, though. Of course, I would love it if you stayed with us. But I know there are many other factors at play here, and that it won't be an easy decision for you to make. Don't let me stop you from going back if that's what you want to do, though. I'll be fine. Are you sure about that? Yes. After all, I'm not alone anymore. In the last few weeks, I spent a lot of time with the Dean. I'd say we're pretty good friends now. As sad as it was that what happened with Vara. There is another girl at the orphanage we've been taking care of pretty often. Maybe you've seen her. Her name is Emily, and she's just the sweetest little girl. Besides, if you really end up going back in time, I'll see you again.
See, that part there is the sad thing that's actually there. But him being happy and actually taking care of the orphans along with the I can't even talk.
The Dean.
Yeah, Dean. That's where it becomes where I kind of like
To
it.
be honest, I actually feel like I can relate a lot to Remy.
But to think that's how it ends for Vara.
Can you guess how the bad ending is?
Probably him taking... Oh, they're even showing this as part of Remy's story.
Well, yeah, because this is the full true ending for Remy and Vara, so...
Yeah. Do you want me to say anything about it, or shall I not say it on the recording? What do you think?
No.
No? Don't say it?
Although he looks cute when he dropped the cake.
Well, you could probably say it once the recording's done.
No one will actually know.
One. And day one. Cool kid.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I had to burp.
Angels with scaly wings.
Now you are set up for the true ending.
More like angels for breaking hearts.
Yeah.
You've seen Remy's good
Casual-
ending. Casualties of War. And no, apparently Vara does not get a spot on the title screen.
Sadly.
Interesting.
There's 3 more!
He's adorable.
See, this one doesn't work though, because he's not actually that kind of dragon.
I know,
A
right?
little bit of a... it's kind of wrong. He actually is given arms.
I guess.
No, technically, it's not really.
No, those
Really?
actually look like paws made for walking. He's just sitting
Okay.
down in a very awkward pose.
Okay, okay.
He has vestigial thumbs like a cat does. That one digit that's further up the arm than the rest.
Ah, yeah. Okay. I see.
Most animals don't really know how to use it, but I guess dragons can.
Well, it's because these dragons, they have sentience, and they can notice that they can move it, and it's like, well...
The thing that I find amazing about all this is that they don't have just like you can start the game and like as you look through the achievements you'll know what you have. They have it so like you create the full picture on the front on the main menu.
Yay!
That's just something I find fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, boys and girls, we will see you next time when we go for the true ending. Cat, what do you want?
Pet me!
Next time, we're going to go for the true ending. We'll see you guys then. If you like this content, give it a like. Or a thumbs up. Whatever you like to call the damn thing. Subscribe if you have not. Next time, we're going to hell in a handbasket. See you guys then.